Globalisation is the way companies, ideas and lifestyles are spreading more and more easily around the world. It is largely the result of companies operating globally. The companies are known as transnational corporations, TNCs. Large companies like Primark are known as TNCs. These are companies that operate across more than one country.
Trade is buying and selling. When you buy a CD or a pair of shoes, you are taking part in trade. You exchange money for goods or services. Countries, companies, workers and consumers take part in trade and sell the goods or crops. Other companies might also be involved in a more indirect way, in advertising, transport or market research.
Trade can involve more than one country. A shirt may be sewn in Mexico, have the buttons put on in the United States and then be sold in France. Countries try to attract companies and to set up business venture, also known as investing, because this brings jobs and earns foreign currency. Countries and companies import and export goods and services. People who buy the goods are called consumers.
LEDCs are used to sell mainly raw materials like fruit, cotton or copper. Today they also sell manufactured goods, especially those that need a lot of workers to make products. LEDCs have an advantage over rich countries because wages are lower. It costs less to make a pair of shoes in a poor country than in a rich country. Around the world there are three main types of jobs that most people are employed in. These include primary, secondary and tertiary jobs.
Primary jobs are when people extract raw materials from the land or sea, for example farming, fishing and mining. This is the largest employment section in Africa, and the income of this type of job is extremely unreliable, especially in bad weather. This can result in earning very little and sometimes only enough to survive. LEDCs are less economically developed countries such as Ghana, India or Brazil, to name a few.
Secondary jobs are when people make or manufacture things, for example making cars or building houses. Working conditions can be long and dangerous. Asia has become a world leader and produces everything from clothes to computer keyboards. NICs are newly industrialised countries, such as Peru or China. Most NICs are home to secondary jobs.
Tertiary jobs are when people are employed in providing a service, for example the health service or the education service. To work in the tertiary sector, you will need good qualifications. These jobs can be very well paid, and unions mean that no exploitations can take place. These jobs are usually found in more economically developed countries, MEDCs, such as France or America.
Large companies are moving away from MEDC cities, such as Leicester, for numerous reasons. This causes unemployment as more factories are moving abroad, commonly referred to as the global shift.
Not only are there problems in MEDC cities, but also in LEDCs. One in particular is Bangladesh. Companies choose to pay their factory workers a very low wage, causing the clothes to be proportionally more profitable. There are still some factories in very bad conditions. Child labour also occurs in these areas.
On the other hand, large companies like Primark bring many advantages to countries like Bangladesh. More women are likely to get jobs, which will most likely be spent on their children. Most factories now have good conditions and there is a wider choice of jobs.
Ecuador is a great example of the differences between the sustainability of factories compared to farming.
We believe that fashion companies do have more advantages for their workers than disadvantages.
The companies are bound to shift and we should let the world go round.
You say sit down, it's just talk. Smiles polite.